Are you a frustrated home buyer? Join the club. Every day the news reports on how hot the market is and how hard it is to find a house. I know how it goes. For whatever reason, it's time for you to move. You've been searching and failing for weeks, and you're starting to think it's not going to happen. Should you keep going or stop looking? I don't know about you, but when I'm frustrated, it helps me to find out there's others just as frustrated as I am. Let me tell you something. Everybody is frustrated with the housing market right now. There's buyers out there fully qualified, reasonable in their expectations, getting beat out of contracts every day. Some are offering well over asking price, waiving inspections, waiving appraisals, offering appraisal gap coverage. Some offer renting back to the seller to give them time to find a place to live and still getting beat. Please don't let that stop you. Your home is out there. What I'm saying here is this. If you're honestly prepared to buy a house, don't let getting beat make you quit, because everybody's getting beat these days. Let's do a quick check to see that you have everything in place and nothing's holding you back. Are you fully prepared financially? Are you pre-qualified? Do you have the down payment? Do you have the closing costs? Do you have moving expenses covered? These should be funds in reserve. Do you need down payment assistance? Do you need seller concessions to buy? If you're asking for concessions where the seller has to contribute to close the sale, or using down payment assistance that asks anything of the seller, the truth is that makes it much harder for the seller to say yes to your offer. Consider holding off and gathering your resources so you don't have to ask for anything. That's how contracts are being won. I'm not suggesting you quit so much as regroup. The next question is, does the home you're looking for actually exist? I know that sounds crazy, but your dream home may not exist in your price range. A lot of times people can be overly optimistic in the beginning, and when they see what's actually available by walking through a showing, it can be disappointing to say the least. This is particularly true of the idea of saving money on fixer-uppers. Even they sell at a premium. So here's the test to tell if what you want exists. Is your preferred search area a target-rich environment? Does it give you choices? Here's the formula. Your price point plus your search area needs to give you options. These days, with inventory being so low, it might be hard to tell, so you might have to look at solds over the last few months. If you see homes you like in the list of solds, you're good to go. Now it's just a waiting game. If the solds don't give you anything, it's time to move on to other locations. If location is super critical and nothing is showing up, you might be out of luck, and that can be a heartbreaker. One option to consider might be looking farther away. The farther you get from town, the cheaper the housing gets. For anyone working remotely, this is perfect. Here's the takeaway. Simply put, make sure what you want exists. Next, we have a tactical question. Are you looking at homes at your maximum budget? Like it or not, it's common for homes to sell over asking. Start your search 10% below your budget. That way you'll have headroom to go over ask if needed and still be within your budget. Leave yourself some space. What are your must-haves? Decide on the number of bedrooms, the number of baths, the family space, the office space, and the location. Keep your criteria basic. Too many needs will leave you with no houses to look at. Try not to have a requirement of something easily added yourself. For example, don't require fencing. Be willing to add that later. The bottom line is be flexible. And finally, can you act fast? Part of winning a contract is getting there first. In a market as hot as this, you got to be able to pull the trigger fast. The only reasons to quit looking are: number one, the house you need is financially out of reach. You went into it hoping for a deal of some kind. The truth is there's not many deals out there. And number two, the house you want just isn't there, either in their criteria, price, or location. You end up looking at homes that need way more work than you are willing or able to do. In the end, the bottom line is the bottom line. And what that means is usually more money solves those problems. If money's the issue, do yourself a favor, work on your finances so you can buy without much stretching or too much sacrifice. Listen, I know that some of this may be hard to hear, but the least I can do is be honest with you about what I've witnessed myself. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and give me a like, okay? Call me when you get home, will you, so I know you're safe?